All right, welcome back. Professor Real Talk here. In part A, we broke down negligence, the four legs of the chair: duty, breach, causation, and damages. That's how lawsuits happen. Now, let's flip it, because you didn't come to this class just to learn what can go wrong. You're here to learn how to avoid being the one writing the checks. So here's the million-dollar question. How do you not get sued? How do you play defense in business before it blows up? First, let's be real. Lawsuits don't just happen to Fortune 500 companies. They happen to small hustlers, freelancers, side gigs, even just people renting out a room on Airbnb. One bad accident, one careless mistake, and boom, you're in a legal system. You don't have to do anything shady. You just have to be unprepared. So let's break down the survival toolkit. Tool number one is waivers. You've signed these before. Gyms, rock climbing spots, ski rentals, trampoline parks. A waiver says you know the risks and you won't sue if you get hurt. Now, waivers aren't bulletproof. If a company is grossly negligent, courts may still hold them accountable, but they're a strong first line of defense. If you run a business with even a hint of risk, waivers are your friend. Tool number two, insurance. And I can't stress this enough. Liability insurance is your shield. You pay a premium so that if anything goes wrong, well, the insurance company covers the legal costs and the payouts. Doctors carry malpractice insurance. Contractors carry general liability. Even consultants can get errors and omissions insurance. Without it, one lawsuit is going to wipe you out. With it, you live to fight another day. Tool number three, disclaimers. These look boring, but they're powerful. Results may vary, not legal advice, don't leave the candle unattended. These little lines, well, they draw boundaries around your responsibility. A disclaimer doesn't mean you're off the hook completely, but it sets expectations and can save you in court. Tool number four, policies and procedures. Businesses that win lawsuits usually have one thing in common: documentation. If a customer slips in your store and you can show that you have a daily safety checklist, mopping floors, putting up signs, inspecting walkways, well, you look reasonable. If you can't show proof, you look careless. Written policies are evidence of responsibility. Tool number five, contracts. Remember week two, contracts aren't just traps. They're shields when you write them. If you freelance, you have a contract that says when you get paid, what happens if the client ghosts you, and limits your liability. If you sell a product, put your refund policy in writing. If you cater events, spell out food safety expectations. Contracts can shift liability away from you and onto the other party. So let's make it real with a story. One of my students ran a small photography side hustle. She had clients sign a contract that said she wasn't responsible for weather, equipment failure, or missed shots outside of her control. One client tried to sue her after a wedding when the outdoor ceremony got rained out. Guess what saved her? That contract clause. Without it, she would be paying damages. With it, she was protected. Another buddy of mine runs a catering company. He requires customers to refrigerate food within 2 hours. Why? Because if people leave trays of chicken sitting out all night and guests get food poisoning, well, it's not on him. That single sentence shifts the liability, and that's how smart business owners stay out of court. Now, let's zoom out. Avoiding lawsuits isn't about paranoia. It's about thinking like a lawyer before there's a problem. You see a puddle in your shop? Don't think someone else should mop that. Think, if a customer slips, I'm going to write a check. That mindset makes you act faster. Prevention is cheaper than litigation. Now, here's the real talk. Most lawsuits come down to paper. Do you have insurance? Do you have waivers? Do you have disclaimers? Do you have policies? Do you have contracts? If yes, you're ahead of 90% of small businesses. If no, you're just rolling the dice with your future. So here's your homework. Look around at businesses this week. When you sign a waiver, ask yourself, what risk are they shifting? When you see a warning label, ask, what lawsuit are they trying to avoid? When you see a refund policy, realize that's their protection too. Then imagine your own hustle. If you're running a business tomorrow, where could you get sued and how would you protect yourself? Because the truth is, lawsuits aren't bad people. They're about bad preparation. You don't need to be a lawyer to defend yourself. You just need to think 2 steps ahead. And that's it for week 3. Negligence is everywhere, but now you know the toolkit: waivers, insurance, disclaimers, policies, contracts. Use them and you'll keep yourself in the game. Next week, we're going to dive into employment laws. The rules of the workplace. This hits everyone: employees, managers, side hustlers, entrepreneurs, wages, discrimination, safety rights, stuff you probably don't know you're already dealing with. That's coming up. Let's go.